Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the evening session. It's the final session of the night. We're going to see 5 great matches, but we're starting with a semifinal from the Kansas City Open right here. This is Joe Prince and Brandon McLeod, and it's going to be a phenomenal match. Stephen Wyatt and Adam Williams on commentary here with you. Adam, how's it going?
Good, thank you for having me. It's definitely a new experience for me being in the booth, but I'm excited to have you with me, mate.
Yeah, man, it'll all be great here because we have a good match on our hands. Joe, obviously you know him.
Yeah, he did really well. He's won a couple of UK events, and he's actually qualified for the UK Open as well. So, and he's had some real tough matches. It's been a tough field.
Yeah, and Joe, from what I was understanding out there is, I don't know all the details, but I believe he won a Challenger Series in the UK. So next, I guess the next session, he will be on the pro side of things.
Yeah, so he's just qualified for the Pro Tour, and say that'll start within the next couple of months. So big moves for him. He's in form.
Yeah, and Joe, I like Joe. Joe's a little loud. He's a little boisterous.
Yeah,
he has a lot of fun.
He's definitely a unique character, definitely.
Yeah. And on the other side of things, I wish I had more information on this gentleman because he's clearly played very well to get here. Mr. Brandon McLeod, I just don't know enough about him, and to be honest, he's kind of snuck through the bracket.
Yeah, I say he's a silent assassin. He's came through all the way, and it'd be interesting as well to see. This is the first time both of them on the TV table as well, so be interesting how they adjust.
Yeah, and Joe, no stranger to the arena and the lights and the feel of this event. Again, we don't know if Brandon's ever been in this situation, so this is going to be a learning experience for us and him if he hasn't. And Joe has really taken a liking to the Ultimate Pool USA format with our standard American tables and standard American balls. I talked to him before, and he's like I said, he's boisterous. He played it off like he was just gonna win the event, and he knows it. But in the side, he was like, yeah, I didn't really know how I was gonna do out here. I just don't know enough about the table differences. But he's clearly accustomed to them now. He's played well. This is his first time on the TV table, but not his first time in an ultimate pool arena.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how he adapts, but he might be right the way he's going. He might be in the final. So.
Yeah, well, one of these guys is going to be in the final, that's for sure. And why not Joe Prince? Why not Brandon McLeod? Joe here stretching a little bit, and being a 7-foot table, you generally don't have to worry about the stretch too much, but Joe, I don't know, probably around 5'5", 5'7".
Yeah, he's definitely not the tallest. So,
yeah, so makes it a little bit tougher, but really holding his own here in this opening rack. Played a nice safety and has an opportunity to take down rack number 1.
Looks like it's going to be a clean out. He'll probably just roll it through and play the black straight in the middle. That shows you what I know, Stephen, right?
Well, and I think that's all personal preference. I maybe would have rolled up to the side pocket, but I also know that Joe has heard but not played on these tables, and he's heard that the side pockets are playing very tight. So maybe in the back of his mind he said, I'll just shoot in the corner. There's a lot of, oh no. And that's probably the one thing that he didn't want to do, is give up a ball in hand foul to Joe. Now it is.
The only problem ball I can see is the 4 or the 15, so by that, the solids are pretty open.
Yeah, and you can actually take out the 15 here if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's what he's looking at now.
Yeah, 11 to the 4 to the 15. You can't play the dirty combo using a solid into a stripe, but you definitely can play a stripe into a stripe.
Yeah, you might be looking at the 13 ball right now.
Yeah, maybe just the kiss off the 13. It'll also help develop the 9 and the 11. And just a matter of time to see how it rolls out. Okay. A little different way of going about it, but that's the beauty of 8-ball is you can have great patterns, and there are pattern play analysis like that. You know, Chris Melling, one of the best at pattern play. But sometimes you can wing it and come out just okay.
So he's still got a little headache now on the 10 and the 15. It looks a little tied up. He might be able to hit it off the 4.
Yeah, we're going to see the movement there. And that's such a tough shot to do because you do have to hit it with pace. And anytime you're hitting the cue ball hard, it's a little shaky on what that cue ball is going to do.
Yeah, it come out really well for him, so thing goes now.
And now it's just a matter of making the balls. Let's see how he runs this one out. So Joe here is really playing well. Just needs a couple more balls down.
It looks like Joe's got slightly funny on this 9-ball, so don't know if he can hold for it. Yeah, he's looking at coming around.
Yeah, not the play that he wanted. I kind of like just trying to play this smooth. Yeah, just like that.
Great shot.
That's a really, really good shot. Well, as Joe here gets a shot to take rack number 2, straightforward 8-ball into the corner pocket. And he is all business. We're not seeing the loud and the boisterous. We're seeing the calm, and he's in striking mode.
Yeah, so obviously we're, you probably noticed we're popping up all over the place in terms of different leagues. But basically our 8-ball format is the same format as a shootout. It's going to be a 30-minute match time with a 30-second shot clock. Obviously the only difference with the amateurs versus the the pro side and the opens is it will be handicapped based on your on your up score and what it be.
So let me ask you this: you say a 30-minute match timer. What how do the races work? Or are there no races? It's just 30 minutes?
Yeah, so it starts with a minus handicap. So let's say you are a 400 up score and I'm a 500. You would be on, I'd be on -2, and we'd play for that full 30 minutes and get as many games as possible as we can in. So if you are on the -2, you win your 2 games. You've still got then, let's say it takes you 5 minutes to win the 2 games. You've still got another 25 minutes to win as many games as possible. So it's a fast-acting format. It's it's super quick, super exciting, similar to the shootout.
Wow. So just so I can make sure I got this all covered. So with the handicap system, if you start at if you're a better player than I am, and you do start at that -2, so when the match starts, the score at that point is -2 to 0.
Correct. Yeah.
So this is why they call it the rundown system, because the better player has to run down the lesser skilled player. But in a sense, that's really tough. The lesser skilled player has a great chance to win in 30 minutes.
Yeah, and that's kind of the idea. It puts the pressure on the good player in terms of they have to break well, they have to run out. And if that lesser skill level player can manage to nick a game, or they play safe, or kind of slow the game down a little bit as well, every ball they make kind of eats up the time. So it always keeps that lower skill level player involved in the game as well, which is great.
So I mean, it's designed to be extremely competitive no matter what your skill level is.
Correct. Yeah, it's good for it's good for the top players, and also with the lower skill level players, it keeps them in the game, which is great.
Well, that's a really incredible system. Like I said, I know a little bit about it, but I wasn't 100% sure. But let's talk about what I just said there, that number I just said, 100. I saw some stuff, and I just want to make sure I have a good understanding of this. So first place prize for the team that wins the grand final event in October 2025 gets $100,000. Now, I know the amount. I'm very well aware of the amount. But let me just reiterate, $100,000 cash.
Cash, correct. We don't have any prizes. It's all just straight cash. Yep. Obviously, I know there's a couple. Sometimes people offer prizes, and it includes gift cards and bags, but it's just straight cash.
So if I put a team together and I play Ultimate Pool League and I win my city series, my city championships, and I get a ride out to the grand finals, and that's, these teams are getting basically all expenses paid or a travel package put together for them.
Yeah, so each team will get $3,500 just to travel to the event, and then obviously with the payouts, we've announced our first payout at first place being $100,000, and then within a couple of weeks you guys will know the full breakdown of the full payouts as well.
Wow, so I can put that team together, I can go out there on the league's dime, and then I can carry my duffel bag with me, and if my team snaps this off, I can open that bad boy up, and you guys are going to put $100,000 cash in there.
Yeah, it's going to be a scary time, but it's going to be exciting.
Well, that's really incredible, Adam. The $100,000 prize pool, subject to 1,500 teams, is what it says on the flyer. Let me tell you, it's not going to take a whole lot to get 1,500 teams. We have leagues forming all over the place, from Florida to Philadelphia to Las Vegas to South Texas and everywhere in between. We have multiple players who are associated with these leagues. Joey Gray has a league in Oklahoma City. Sophia Mast, I believe it's her dad, has.
Down to working together. They've already got one in Florida going.
That's awesome. And then there's more to come too. I know you've been working on some other players, getting into some other areas. So this is something that a lot of the pros or the well-known players are getting behind. I do just want to pause for just a second. Brandon McLeod made a very good out there against Joe Prince.
We've got our team. We've been making some changes, getting some feedback. The people that have been participating have been great. Feedback's been great, and we've made some changes, adjusted to the comments, and took the feedback, and it's been a great test session.
So you're actually taking what the players are saying and saying, if they're saying, hey, we're not really fond of this, or this might work a little better, you're actually taking that into consideration when it comes to launching the final league.
Yeah, 100%. I say everything we're trying to do league-wise and with the tournaments and the formats, it is all for the players. We're trying to give the game back to them, and it's going really well so far.
Well, man, that's really incredible. I know for a fact that there's a lot of interest in the league. But, guys, if you're listening, if you're in here watching this great semifinals match, and you are interested in joining an Ultimate Pool League, please do reach out to your local league operator. Follow our Facebook page where you're watching right now. If you're on YouTube, you're just going to go to Facebook and go to Ultimate Pool USA, and you can find a lot of information about how to sign up for those leagues on that page. And really, it would be great to have you. We want to see all the players enjoy the format, and again, huge cash prizes available. Look at that breakout there.
Harry's little got funny on the 9, so be interested to see what he did. I don't know if he can see the 14.
Yeah, I don't think he has a good shot on the 14 or the 13. I think he's going to have to do something with the 9. I do love the fact that he's, at least not yet, not looking at the kick, because a lot of people will go to that, and I really don't like kicking at a ball that you can see. Unfortunately for here, it didn't work out on the long cut. So there you see on the back of Brandon's shirt, he's a 2022 bar box champion. I'm not too positive where at, but if you're a or 2023, excuse me, if you're a bar box champion anywhere, you got to play pretty good. So
right, and just for him to be here, say he's been through a tough field, so he definitely knows what he's doing.
124 other players went out before he did, so
Right.
that'll tell you pretty much everything you need to know.
And we had some big names in this event, so yeah, he's definitely been playing well.
And Joe here really got an opportunity to take control back on this. And, you know, something we haven't seen a whole lot this weekend, actually any at all, is we haven't seen any 6-ball shootouts.
I know, I am. I've been waiting for it. So
as a spectator, we're all for it. The players, you know, might not enjoy it as much, but this is a spectator sport right now, and I'll tell you what, my heart pumps every time they rack up those 6 balls.
Yeah, we've had a few matches go close, 6-6, but they're playing so quick at the minute. It seems to. The time's already, they just get ahead of the time, sadly. But hopefully we get one in the final.
Well, you know, I would say there's a chance for it in the other semifinals, but anytime Chris Melling's on the table, it's not a far shot to think that match might be over in 20 minutes.
Yeah, he seems to play like he's already booked his flight home, so yeah, he doesn't stop.
Well, a huge semifinals match coming up after this one, Chris Melling and Justin Bergman. That's going to be an absolute stellar match, but we've got one on our hands right now, and we've got a little bit of a dark horse here in Joe Prince. One of these guys is booking their name into the finals of the Kansas City Open, and I know both of them want it badly, but currently 3-1 Joe Prince. The food here is phenomenal. Can't say enough good things about it. And can't say enough good things about this break from Joe Prince. Everything is spread out almost to the point of it being bad, but as long as he can get a stripe down, I think he'll be just fine. Might have snuck away with that one because it was not looking good for just a minute. That 6-ball was very big. Joe, another player that plays pretty quickly. This is really only the first time we've seen the shot clock come into play.
Yeah, obviously he's played a lot of the Ultimate Pool events in the UK, so he's pretty comfortable in the shot clock, you can tell.
Yeah, and really impressed with the way Joe has played in this arena so far. And I talked to him a little bit, and he was digging to get into the shootout, and unfortunately all the spots were taken, and we even had a waiting list going on. Of course, Shane McMahon dropped out. Ryan Robinson took his place, but I think Ryan was already on the list, and Joe was itching to get in. If he were to snap off the Kansas City Open, I feel like a shootout would be in his future.
Yeah, I'm definitely sure we'll hear from him if he does. He's also been itching to get on the TV table as well, so I told him if he gets to the last 4, he's guaranteed, and
he did it.
Here he is.
He did it. Well, he's enjoying his time here, and he was trying to get me to sneak in where the next one's going to be, like they tell me anything, but he was trying to sneak me into getting him to release a location, and I told him, I said, Joe, I don't know where we're going to be, and he goes, well, as soon as you know, let me know.
Yeah, just another pool player trying to get another edge, right?
Well, he is in very good form here. Joe Prince goes up 4-1. And look at this big break by Brandon.
Yeah, it's another great break spread.
The only thing I really don't like is going to be that 3-9 area, and then maybe the 7 and the 13, depending on which suit he likes. I think really the only great shot he has is either on the 10 or the 4, so he could take his choice of suit. But the question is where does he go from there? I think I like the 10 to the 11, but I just don't know what he's going to do with the 15, the 9. Pool players generally think 3 or 4 balls ahead. Brandon must have a plan here. I think he's going to go forward 2 rails and try and just bump the 3 ball out.
It's going to be a tough angle, so maybe a little bit of inside if he can get it. I think I'll have to punch it through.
Yeah, definitely going to have to punch it, and there's risk for messing up your next ball. Okay.
So he must have just not had the angle. So it looks like he's going to go down table and get out when he gets up there.
Yeah, what's the play here? You shoot the 14, go down to the rail, and then you have the 13 in the top left?
Yeah, potentially.
Or top right, I guess.
Right. And then maybe bank the 15 and crash into the 9.
It's a big pocket with the 4 there. I think you got to do something with the 12 ball pretty soon. This is a tough out. Oh, he played the combo. That's a smart shot.
Nice shot.
Yeah. This is why he's in the Final 4 and we're in here.
Definitely.
That's a very, very tough 3-ball combination he took on there. Watch out, cue ball.
It's left it wide open as well for Joe, so it's going to be a tough one from here.
Yeah, and you know he really had to work hard to get the cue ball where he could play something there, and unfortunately it didn't work out for him. You can see the way he cues the ball and the way he plays that he is a decent player. Just bad little roll there. He had to do too much with the cue ball.
Yeah, and I expect Joe to get out here, just go dot to dot. So he's should be comfortable.
This is a really good run here for Joe, and I'll be honest, he got a little fortunate with the scratch, but you know, really taking his time and taking advantage of the situation. He wants that finals. You can tell by the way he's playing. And if you've been here at Side Pocket Blue Springs and you've seen Joe throughout the weekend, you know this is a very different Joe than what we've seen. Like I said, he's a nice guy, likes to have a lot of fun. But all serious here in the Ultimate Pool USA Arena.
Nice simple out, makes it look good. So it makes it. Is it Joe to break now as well?
It is indeed, and is now playing Joe Prince in that Final 4. So Brandon taking out some tough names. Caden Herbach is a really good junior player. Oh no, that ball went straight into the side. And Joe not too pleased with that. You can tell by the way he walked back to the chair. Watch the cue ball straight into the side pocket. Oh, absolutely brutal. It was a good break. No ball down, so the only difference here is Brandon simply has ball in hand behind the line. And there's a good shot there. He's able to break some stuff up.
Yeah, he's just landed a little bit funny, but looks like he can get up there on the 14 at the top, so he should be okay.
Yeah, and I think if he can make the 14 and just come back down table to where he has a shot, I don't really like that. It seems like he's a little tentative on this table.
Yeah, he's probably still getting used to the speed as well. Obviously, it's probably a little bit quicker than the outside tables.
Well, and after that tough scratch in the side, maybe he just doesn't want to move the cue ball as much. Looks like he's shooting the 13 into the bottom left. Good shot there. Now, another tough situation here. He's got the 12 ball right in front of him. It has a pocket in the top left, but man, it's such a tough shot with the cue ball on the rail. The 10 ball might go off the 8 into the side. Just not a ton of great options. Oh, and it goes. Now that's a good shot there.
And now he's perfect on the 10 ball, so should be a smooth out from here. That's a big, oh, and he's got hooked behind the 4 ball.
Yeah, this is really tough. I think the play is to go 2 rails, but it's such a steep cut. I just don't see another shot.
Yeah, he's looking at it right now.
And I like going 2 rails because it promotes, if you happen to miss the 8 ball altogether, it lessens the chance of a scratch versus a 1 rail kick. 1 rail, if you miss the 8 ball on the right hand side of it, you are definitely going to scratch. Oh no, and you could see the slide of the cue ball there. This is new fresh felt, so there is going to be some slide there. Wow, that's a tough lay for Brandon there. And Joe Prince, one good run away from getting to the hill to move into the finals of the Kansas City Open. Wow, and what a out that is going to be for Joe. Just really, Brandon had a great opportunity and just had a really tough land on the 8 ball. So all tic-tac-toe from here. Let's see how Joe goes about it. This is, you know what? I like this because we're seeing Joe run these simple outs. And there's nothing wrong with the simple out because these are the outs that he's been given, and he's made them look very simple. When he gets into the finals, if he wins this, and he's playing either Justin Bergman or Chris Melling, it's really going to put the pressure on him, right?
Right, 100%.
I don't know if he's going to get the same opportunities he's gotten in this match against somebody like Chris Melling or Justin Bergman. So, yeah, wow.
But I mean, as you know yourself, it's super tough to make something look simple, right? So he's making it look easier than it is, I think.
Yeah, and Joe should be really proud of himself here. He's on the hill against Brandon McLeod. Well, here is a big opportunity for Brandon McLeod. He needs this break to give himself an opportunity.
It looks like he's gone dry again. Oh, he's hit it well as well.
You know, and the story here is simply that every opportunity possible has gone to Joe.
Yeah, and Joe has
Brandon,
took every single opportunity as well.
And Brandon has not had nearly as many opportunities, having no success on his break. And this is, I'll tell you what, for the first time you're seeing Joe Prince on this TV table, he is really making a name for himself here.
Yeah, as I said, he's been desperate to get on, and I think we can tell why.
Yeah, well, at this point, he deserves it for the way he's playing. Almost a flawless, almost a flawless event so far for Joe. At least as far as this match goes.
Yeah, and I believe in the earlier rounds as well, he played Shane Thompson as well, and that went heel, and he managed just to pull through that as well. So he's
yeah, he sent Shane to the loser side on that, huh? So yeah, I mean, this is an up-and-coming player that, once again, he was on what you would consider the semi-pro side of Ultimate Pool, and was able to play well enough to advance to the more pro side of it. So
yeah, and that Challenger Tour is super competitive.
Yeah,
it's brutal. So if you come through that, you definitely worth a spot in the pro side.
Well, and he's proving why he deserves a spot in that pro tour over in the UK. By the way, he's playing here in the USA, and he's proving why we may see him as a mainstay name on the Ultimate Pool USA Tour, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, and he definitely wants to come to the next one already. As I said, he's been trying to pull information out of you as much as possible, so he must be eager to get back already. So that's great.
Yeah. Well, the good news is he can book his plane ticket as soon as he arrives back in London, because he's going to have some extra spending cash one way or the other.
Yeah,
and he may have a whole lot more if he can finish these next 3 balls.
And another great out from Joe. As I said, no mistakes, and he's just going about his business.
Yeah, what a great showing here for Joe. Wow. I mean, words can't really explain how well he played. Of course, hats off to Brandon McLeod. Final 4, he simply didn't get too many opportunities. But for the first time, we're going to have a word with Joe Prince here. As soon as we come back from the break, we will see you in the arena.